back to you. So we're now coming back and looking at a bot rail here, right? So you got
we looked at a quick rail repair. So what originally happened is we put a piece of tape on the edge, but it was a used piece of tape. We were just going to create a dam, so some of the Nordback went through it. We're not going to count that material. If we were to do a repair, we'd put a piece of tape right on the radius, and then we put a piece of tape right on the back side, and then put the Nordback
in the middle, right. and then peel it off, just like you would blue painter's tape.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. Exactly. All right. Let's see how we did on a rail here.
And this was not a prepped rail at all.
All right. So you can see material coming off, right? But it's
touch it.
So I gotta set this somewhere. Totally fine. Okay. Same sort of thing, right? I guess I wouldn't be surprised, right? Because we got a steel rail and we got steel underneath the deck. So in terms of the prepared surfaces, it's going to be. It's actually. I'd like you to hit right there, where you've got like the material sort of. I don't want to say spotty, but spotty. Okay, so this is interesting. What this tells me here is that the spotty came out to here before. We took off the spots. Yep. So what it tells you is you actually got to finish with you want to finish with the smooth as opposed to like dollops or anything like that. I think that's important for durability. But here the places where you got it all together, it's fine.
So we had a piece of tape. Like if we run this over the tape, you have to cut that out because this is a high wear area. We ran the Nordback over the tape just like we did on the deck. To be robust.
What we should have done though is we should have done like Nordback here, like on a half area. Yeah. We can do that again. But the good, I mean, punchline here also is that this works on a rail, whereas in the past we have seen the epoxy method on the rail not be. We've seen it just get blown right off, right? That you'd hit it and it would almost like chunk off. All right, Jason is coming back and we're going to redo some of what we did with a magic marker. Isn't there a Michael Jackson song about that, right?
Fill in. We want to see our true value. We want to show that we're not really
we're not bringing up the material.
Digging into the material very much, right? We're going to see a little bit of this come off because we're, pretty good.
Very well. Really well. Yeah, I mean, just punchline's the same thing on the bot rail, which, I mean, on one level I'm not surprised because you got steel, right? At least in the prepped areas. So yeah, what we did find though is where you had some of the spots that were like dribbles at the end, those came off. So having it be smooth a smooth fit line at the end, like a defined edge or border, exactly. It makes actually no. I think it does. I think you want to finish, right? Like finish at a definitive line, okay. As opposed to feathering, because I think the feathering is it starts to get thin in that feathered spot. Those pieces can come off, okay. Which would be similar to what we saw over here, in terms of spots where you got thin material, where you got. All right, so let's see what.
So we got some of the. Putting the marker down. So if we're really going through a lot of this material, this stuff should disappear pretty quick.
Yep.
Pressure. You can see I'm putting pressure on it. I'm kicking stuff up. So now the key is to wipe that. Sorry, Tom.
Sorry. My own damn fault for standing in the way. So what you can see there, you still got a bunch of the black from marker. You still got a bunch of the, less on the unprepped area. So for sure, there is an improvement from prepped to unprepped.
Yep.
But if one has to repair this, in a live production environment, there's not a lot. There isn't that much difference between them.
Right. So this is just showing that dust that's kicking up is just dust. It's coming off of the wheel. It's coming off of the surface, but it's not actually digging in. So you're not actually seeing a divot. If we saw a divot, that would go away.
Okay. Okay. So, walking away from the whole thing here, there's nothing that I mean, I'm thrilled, right? Punchline is I'm thrilled, but there's no specific elements where I go, huh. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not like a thrilled with an asterisk. You know what I mean? It's a everything I hoped we would prove, we have proven. Right. Is there anything that either of the two of you guys saw that says you don't like it as much, or you're like, huh, we got to be careful about that? I guess the one in my mind would be to say, don't be too thin. Right? I would say, as long as you have it thick enough, and I would also say, don't mix in. Don't mix the material in. Don't force it in. That's the worst thing you can do. Right? It's the worst thing you can do.
Seems like it doesn't bond correctly.
Exactly. And over here, unprepped is at least 75%, maybe 80, 90% as good as prepped.
At least, yes.
So, all right.